Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to Go on Overland. In this one, we are over in Texas. Guys, we're on the Guadalupe River State Park, hanging out in the river. Life couldn't get better. So we're camping for a couple days. We're gonna barbecue. Guys, I thought there was a fire ban, but it turns out there's not. So of course we're gonna be building a fire. This little doggy couldn't be happier. Guys, we're just chilling, getting some work done, editing videos and just hanging out. And we're gonna take you guys along for the ride. So let's get into it. So we thought about checking out this area because it has those cool cliffs over there. But guys, even on a Wednesday, and it's not even summer yet, this place is packed. So not our speed. We're gonna keep hanging out down the river a bit. But guys, woo, perfect temperature, perfect water is just awesome. So there's some people tubing. I wish the current was a little bit better. Just saw some kayakers and paddleboarders. We're gonna make our way up this little trail through here, and we will definitely be back to this river tomorrow. You know, something tells me that there's a state park not 20 minutes from where you guys live, wherever you're watching this. And guys, I don't work for the state parks. You know, we work for Go on Overland, all about getting up and going on and getting on adventure. And there's just so many places as we're traveling the states. Again, right now we're in Texas. You guys have seen us at all these different parks, guys. The government has put a ton of money into these places and they're really accessible, even on a small budget. So I just encourage you to get up there, get out and go on and see if you can't find a place like this to go hang out this weekend. All right, home sweet home, guys. You're never far from home when it's connected to your back bumper. So check out how that truck is riding with that new Timbren suspension. If you haven't, make sure and go check that video out. You'll see how we ended up gaining some height here at the back end of the truck. And he's chilling. He's actually drying off pretty quick over here in this dry area. But guys, this reminds me a lot of what it's like where we live in Colorado. In southern Colorado, down there in Alamosa, this actually kind of reminds me of Del Norte area or maybe Crestone. Take you guys back here and you can check out the campsite. So here we are, we got in last night, we're all set up. And this one actually has a tent pad over there, kind of like you guys saw in our last video. We got a nice little picnic area, a fire pit. Check it out, guys. It's pretty cool. You know, you've seen us over in Florida, down by the Everglades. You've seen us in Georgia. You've seen us in Alabama, and now we're over here in Texas. You know, we're gonna be heading up to Montana and stuff like that, over to Idaho. We should be getting into Washington State later on. Guys, it's just beautiful everywhere. You know, this probably isn't my first choice of a place that I would go to if I could just choose where I wanted to be, but I enjoy it and I respect it for what it is. You know, it's ultra hot here, really dry. We got a little bit of shade coming down on the camper from these trees. But guys, we're just loving life, making the best of it. And more than anything, just, you know, appreciating what God has given us. So he's blessed us with this opportunity to travel, to be on the road. Guys, even in a 1979 Coachman. If you missed the tour, check out that video. I'll link that as well. You know, hanging out, just enjoying this season of life is awesome. And we thank God for every one of our blessings. So I'm gonna get in, grab a little bit of soap. I'm gonna take you guys over and show you the shower facilities. I'll save you from the shower, but guys, they got it going on over here. This is one of the reasons why we get state parks, because you got camping, we're plugged in, charging those power stations, charging the Vatied, the Opus, and the EcoFlow. We're getting a little electricity so we can watch some TV, hang out in the camper, and guys, have a fire, and then get that shower in. So I'm gonna show you that because they got really good facilities here. Oh, but first, actually, Indy is gonna get rinsed off. So Indiana's been scratching and itching and having issues, so anytime we get in water these days, we try to make sure and give him a little bit of a rinse off. I don't know if it's bugs he's picking up or what, but I think he's appreciating the cool water on him since it's so hot anyway. Right, buddy? And here it is, guys. We rarely find that the state parks have bad bathrooms. This one is awesome. It looks very new. We are enjoying it. Took a shower last night. I think this time we're gonna take one every single night we're here, because why not? So it's not every day that you have your own private little shower here, but I get this place all to myself. I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. One of the things that we wanted to do while we were here is go hiking, and check this out, guys. We found the most amazing little overlook. So that's the name of the trail, Overlook Trail. If you look at the map, this is kind of site 3, one of the main things to see in this park. The greatest part is you're at the tops of these trees, and check out way down there, you can see the river that we were just floating in. Awesome stuff.
So we made our way off the cliff, and now we're going to show you a hyperlapse.
Well guys, I talked to you a video back, the one with my parents and my brother came. We were gonna cook burgers, and we did, but I didn't end up filming that because we got busy, and like I said, with family, it just gets crazy and the camera goes to the wayside the way it should. You know, you ought to be hanging out with your family. But I wanna talk through a fire. We make a fire pretty much every video. We're not bringing out the fire pit today because I need to get a good grate that I'm satisfied with to actually cook on. So you see us doing different meals where we might put something in foil, or we might roast hot dogs or something like that over basically the flames themselves. But I want to cook burgers, so we're actually going to use this thing. Now it's kind of nasty. We might put some foil on there. The problem with campsites is you don't know if the last guy was being an idiot and throwing a bunch of plastic in or just toxic stuff, and you're cooking your food on there. So I'm going to try to get it nice and hot, put some foil on there probably, and then put the burgers on there. So guys, we're gonna start. I just went around. Luckily, we were having some trouble in Georgia, but luckily there's a lot of really dry stuff here. Again, there's not a fire ban, but it's super dry. So we're gonna take some of this pine stuff, just burns like you wouldn't believe. So we're gonna kind of put that on the base. And then we got some of this grass. This stuff ought to light really quickly. So I'm gonna do that, and then you typically see me splicing up a bunch of these. Maybe I feather it out with the knife. That's called feathering. And so you'll see me get a bunch of little feathers. So we're just gonna get some more of that. We're gonna put that on there, and then we're gonna get this magnesium rod and scrape off some of this magnesium, and that's what ignites extremely hot. So when you actually do the spark, when you actually spark it, you have that magnesium down in your tinder bundle. That's gonna ignite it way quicker than if you're just using the spark. Now, if you have good dry stuff, it might just take a spark right away and go. But you have that magnesium, why not use it? So we're gonna put some of that on there. But let me get busy shaving some of this down a bit, and then we'll see if we can't get it to light. Now guys, I've been running this Schrade SCH F35 for some time now. I've talked about it in a couple of the videos. Guys, as far as bushcraft knives, this one is actually impressing me. I don't have a ton to compare it to. It's relatively inexpensive. I have a pretty big hand. It does hurt in a few areas. I might go into a full video on that at some point. If you're really getting rough with it, I would actually wear a set of gloves. But guys, it's holding an edge better than I thought it would. It's really wide, so you guys see me splitting wood with it all the time. And it's just taking everything I can throw at it. So at any rate, I'll drop a link to that in the comments, or in the description below. Now, on this right here, I just want to show you that when you're pulling on this magnesium rod, it works. See those nice curls right there? When you pull on that, you can make these nice curls. When I push, it just doesn't seem to work the same. So that's kind of what I found. You can really just shave it really quick. So I'm going to throw some of this on top of that tinder bundle and see if we can't get it to spark. Wow, that was actually something. I'm not gonna lie, I was not getting that over in Georgia, not one bit. That's kind of ridiculous. I don't think we needed that magnesium at all. But the important part is to make sure we actually get some of this wood going, because that looks like that's gonna go out pretty quick. Alright guys, so I think that'll show you right there just how important it is for fire safety in these parts. It's so dry. That started so quick. I really don't think I needed that magnesium at all. One of my rookie moves here was that I didn't have enough stuff in the smalls. I didn't have enough little sticks and branches ready. I was able to get it because I had it kind of laid out down below here, but I didn't have it right next to me. So if you get a fire started, which is sometimes challenging, gosh, you got to be ready for the next step. So that's building it up layer by layer, small twigs, small branches. Hopefully you've split some apart so you can get to that intersection, the really dry wood. But we got this one going. We're gonna have burgers here in a few minutes. So the other rookie thing I did tonight was I started my fire over here instead of under the grate. I keep doing that and then I have to move the fire and you almost put it out trying to move it, but that's where I want to be cooking, over there, so that's why I need to start the fire. At any rate, I want to show you another little trick here. So if all you have is that bushcraft knife, or maybe even just a pocket knife, and you're out in the woods and you don't have your axe, you can always get through a piece like this just by kind of using it like an axe. So you can take down a lot bigger log than that, but that's kind of what you can do. It's a lot easier when you're not filming, obviously, but that's kind of get you out of a pinch even with the pocket knife. If you really had to, and it was bigger diameter, you could hit the other side of the knife with another log, and then you'll basically be kind of like batoning, but just for chopping. Then of course, about every episode you guys see me batoning, so then once you get it down to that, you can go ahead and get it in half, and now you're to that really dry stuff. Now you're kind of where you want to be, especially if it's wet. Now you're down to the dry stuff. Alright guys, it is time for meat, and I couldn't be more excited. So we got these 12 patties for under 10 at any rate. Here's some seasoning we got for tonight. Kinder's, the steak blend. I'm excited to try that. So basically, very simple. I'm going to hit one side, hit the other side. I'm going to repeat this. I'm going to repeat that. I'm going to have 3 tonight, and Jolene's going to have 1. So after the last camping trip with my folks, my dad saw that I had a tiny spatula, and he was nice enough to run to town and get this for me, so now I can reach out onto the fire and scoop up those burgers, because last time I had, my arms were singed. Alright friends, let's get to it. The moment, at least I've been waiting for. Let's see if we can get that to stay. Whew, that's hot. Obviously. Alright, well, now we're winning. Whew. Put you down there. That'll help. Put you down there. That one's Jolene's. Don't ask me why. It's special. And put you down there. We're cooking. This is gonna work out. Friends, I bet you can taste that coming through your screen. I know you can hear it. Just picture yourself smelling it. It smells pretty darn good right now. These things are halfway done. All right, that long handle is really helping right now, because even with this long handle, I still get in there pretty close. So thanks a lot, Dad, for this. I appreciate it. We're using it, and it's a big help. All right, friends, it doesn't get better than that. These guys are done. I think you could see why I have 3 of them. I'm on a meat thing. We might talk about that in another video, but guys, these things are tiny. There it is, guys. You can kind of see how that worked. You know, it's maybe not the best scenario, but it's a lot better than eating off that dirty grate. We're gonna get a grate and we'll start using that pop-up fire pit. But guys, the queen herself has showed up and we're ready to eat. And I know typically you cheese them as they're on the flames, but guys, that was just getting too hot there. So they're off. They're hot enough that I think this cheese is gonna melt just fine. Got some broccoli with a little bit of cheese and more cheese, more flies and more cheese. Man, how crazy was that? We were just about to eat and then we ended up seeing these guys walking down the road and they saw us at Purtis Creek. So that's actually the last video we did, and they saw the truck. Of course, we have, you know, the logo on the side, and this camper is probably so old you can't miss it, but that was really cool. So I guess you never know who you're gonna bump into out here, but guys, we gotta chow down on these burgers. We're gonna enjoy the fire a little bit. We'll probably catch up with you guys again tomorrow, and we'll be back down by the water. You guys didn't think we'd leave you out of s'mores, did you? Well, we're getting that done tonight too. Guys, I know it might look like day one, but it's not. It's a brand new day. We are hanging out down at the river. I actually realized that video got a little bit long, so if you're still here, thank you so much for hanging on. You know, these videos aren't possible if we don't have people watching them. So we just want to say thank you so much. We appreciate you guys. We love you. It's a great team we have here. Guys, I hope you like this content. We're going to a bunch more state parks and camping. We're getting out of Texas. Before you know it, we'll be making our way up north. But guys, until the next one, God bless you. Get up and go on.